Did you watch Last Dance episodes 4 and 5?
I haven't
5 and
yet,
6?
but I will. Don't tell me what
It's
happens.
so frustrating.
I know. I gotta watch it.
Well, we all know what happens.
Yeah, but I want to watch
It's a
it.
documentary.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't
No,
tell me, does he retire?
Does he win?
Is he the best?
I will get on that immediately.
You really need to.
I do.
What's interesting is, and it's going to be the next episode, spoiler alert, Michael Jordan's dad dies.
Yeah, that's such
And that's
a
why he
fucking
retires.
bummer. Murdered.
But when you look into it, it's so suspect.
Yeah,
I went down a weird rabbit hole last night.
Yeah.
There was the rumor that
Gambling debt.
gambling debt, but it's Michael Jordan, and he sells millions and millions of Michael Jordan shoes. So I don't think money would be an issue, especially if there's a bounty on his dad's head. But it's just really weird. The murders, it's 2 teenage kids who killed his dad, who pulled over on the side of the road in North Carolina. There's a hotel like 50 yards up. Why he didn't stay there, who knows? And these 2 kids they're in prison for life for it. One of the kids says, we were working for someone. Wow. They said he was shot in the chest. There's no bullet hole in his shirt. They take the evidence of his shirt. Someone on the case buries the shirt in their backyard. The attorney goes, what the fuck are you doing that for? They go, no, it stunk. It stunk in the office, so I buried it. So they dig it up, get it the fuck back to forensic, man. What are you doing? He goes, my bad. Returns the shirt. Now there's a gun wound in the shirt. One of the kids, the one who did murder him, says he was working for somebody else, but then his dad is the sheriff of that county.
Jesus Christ.
The other kid, who's on for life, he goes, this is what happened. And I believe him, the other kid's suspect. But he goes, so my friend called me, it's his best friend, called me, 2 young black kids, called me, goes, hey, I just killed this dude. I need help hiding the body. Come help me. So he goes and helps
So
him.
the kids that killed his dad were black?
Yes.
Okay.
So they killed him. He helped them dispose the body in the swamp or whatever, put it over there. And in North Carolina, the maximum you can get, the maximum years you can get is 10 if you're,
Aiding and abetting?
yes, aiding in a murder.
Yeah.
But they gave him life. So he's trying to appeal that.
Yeah. I don't think he should get life. I think he was...
No.
He's hiding a body.
So, but they got Michael Jordan's NBA All-Star ring off their dad and something else. And these idiots made a rap video 2 days later in the ring and the other shit.
Are you kidding?
Here's what's weird, though. Tell me this way, and you and I aren't really conspiracy theory guys besides this COVID shit. Here's the thing, flat Earth, hashtag flat Earth. No, but the thing is, Eddie's right. But the thing is, Donald Trump for president, 2 Trump. Hey, so, but just kidding. The weird thing is his dad was missing for 21 days before they reported him missing.
I know. I remember.
It was his birthday 7 days later. The family didn't report him missing. And Jordan goes, he was a lone wolf. He always disappeared on his own. It's like,
You might have. I mean,
missing on your birthday?
Yeah.
It's just, you know what it is? It's a shame, but it's just so interesting.
Yeah. It was.
And what else is interesting in the episode 5 and 6 last night? I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
5 and 6 was, Jordan, for his gambling, started taking a lot of heat in the media. And he said that's one of the reasons he retired. He just didn't like the negativity coming at him. And I texted my brother last night. I go, dude, if he thought this was rough, think about the players today dealing with social media.
Oh my God.
And then Jay made a good point. He goes, yeah, but today's players are a little soft and they're very, very emo. Like Kevin Durant, they care about people's opinions. Jordan doesn't. And Kobe came up in social media age and he didn't give a flying fuck.
He didn't give a flying fuck.
So I think Jordan was that.
Jordan addressed it. He said, gambling problem? He goes, gambling problem is when your children can't eat because you're spending money. I promise you my children eat very, very well.
I don't agree with that. I mean, you can have a problem and still be able to hide it.
Well, he's
You're
just
a
got
functioning gambling
he's got
addict.
so much money. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's never stopped gambling.
No, he still doesn't.
Yeah.
He still bets
Golf,
all the time.
all that. Yeah.
All the time. I like it too with his shoes. So they wanted him to support this governor, I think in North Carolina, a black governor beating a racist white guy. And they go, we need support for this guy. He's a Democrat. And he goes, why would I do that? Republicans buy shoes too.
Wow. Yeah.
He was like
Jim Brown.
He goes, I never wanted to be, I'm not trying to be a role model. I'm not trying to do any of this.
Playing
man.
basketball.
My soul's play basketball, sell shoes, dude.
Yep. That's his right. That's his
that's
prerogative.
fair.
Yeah. Jim Brown was very critical. Jim Brown, I watched him debate a racist governor. And Jim Brown, man, was
Smart guy.
Yes, he was smart, and he was amazing in a lot of ways. I mean, Jim Brown took his role very, very seriously, and he was critical.
When Ali came out, it was him and Muhammad Ali.
Yes,
it was the both of them. And
you
one
couldn't
other guy.
avoid being political back then. you were basically a second.
Their
class
movement was
citizen,
much
period.
bigger.
Yes.
Their thing was much different than what Jordan was
And you
doing.
remembered Jim Brown, and then remembered not being able to vote, being segregated.
Different time.
Yeah, different time.
I don't think that should rely on Jordan's shoulders to kind of pick Democrat, Republican. I don't think it's coming.
I think you are allowed to say I'm an athlete and I stay out of that. I think to be as great as Jordan, it was the only thing you could do, right? I mean, at least for him. I don't know what it takes to be that great, but I would imagine it takes
All I know
total
is
dedication and singular focus.
They've showed him getting off the bus, him going to the hotel, him after games, him before games, spend time with kids with cancer,
Yeah.
just the amount of pressure that's put up in the notoriety and the fame. I don't think there's been an athlete even close as famous as him. Not even close.
I believe it.
With what he had to deal with. I felt he was
speaking
in a
of-
hotel and he was laying down. He's like, "This is the only time I get just to feel somewhat normal."
Yeah.
He goes, "I stay in here all day."
Speaking of greatness, like when you have to be that great. So Dan Gable, who went to the Olympics and didn't have a point scored against him, won a gold medal, beat all the Russians, didn't have a point scored against him. It's never been done. It's crazy. And Dan Gable, that was the Olympics when the Israeli Olympic team was killed
Argo.
by the Palestinians.
And then Ben Affleck kind of helped him out.
There you go. And Dan Gable was so focused on his match that when they said, "What did you think of the Olympics?" he said, or "What did you think?"
Like the situation?
He said, I just did. The weather seemed it was a little foggy, so that my joints were. They were like, what? And he didn't even. That was the last thing he was thinking about. And he said that was just singular focus. He was just so focused on that he wasn't able to, So I'm not going to criticize Michael Jordan for being that singular about it.
But even Jordan was like, I was exhausted. Mentally, I was exhausted. And then they show the cameras. I'm like, man, there's never been a guy like him. Ever.
Yeah, I mean.
Change culture from shoes to hip hop. I mean, everything.
He was the great one.
He's the most famous man of all time. Name a more famous person.
The only one who might compete
Hitler?
was Muhammad Ali, athlete-wise.
I don't think so, dude.
The
Close, right?
yeah, well, Ali,
But Muhammad
Ali was
Ali-
worldwide. Well, Ali, even in Africa, remember he.
Same with Jordan, though.
Well, yeah, and so what Ali said was, everywhere you see a light as you fly over a
Yes.
city, they know my name.
I know.
And I think the same with Michael
I think it's
Jordan.
close. Yeah. I think Jordan even was bigger because basketball was big. More people can relate to that than boxing.
Probably, I would imagine. I don't know how many people in China at the time or Russia at the time were watching Muhammad Ali box.
And then
so they didn't
when
have
Jordan
access.
went to Olympics and the Dream Team, it just changed the dynamics. Then, inspired all, now in Europe and Sweden, you got some of the best basketball players in the world. Think about all the guys from Europe and all that area that are in the NBA now.
Yeah, but he said this would make him look like an asshole. I don't think that's fair. I don't think of him as an asshole. I think of him as passionate. Jordan, like I think of him as such a fierce competitor and passionate.
Yeah, I'm not saying. That's why I was saying that last night. Watch it when I told my girl, I'm like, I don't. He was worried this can make him. Maybe the next episodes it shows him, but I don't see it yet.
I think he did. Didn't you tell me he punched and
He punched. I think Will
knockouts.
Purdue.
I thought it was
Will
Steve
Purdue.
Kerr.
Will Purdue.
Okay.
I thought it was Steve Kerr too. It was Will
Yeah.
Purdue. He punched.
Yeah, but again, the guys who are this serious about winning and this passionate,
The big thing on him too, not that anybody's going to side with Isiah Thomas, but
was interesting.
they hated Isiah Thomas. So the rumor was Jordan was like up because they, before the Dream Team, the Olympics for the USA was all collegiate players. So they were amateurs. And they'd go over and compete with these pros, and we were getting destroyed. So then America went, that ain't cool. We're going to send our best. So they assembled the Dream Team. So they called Jordan first. The rumor is Jordan said, I'm in as long as Isaiah's not on the team.
yeah. What was that about? I know that he didn't shake hands.
They hated him because he had issues with everybody. Magic, he had issues, with Scotty. He had issues with
Isiah did.
Isaiah had issues with all of them. So they said he would mess up the dynamics of the team. So the rumor is, although Jordan said it's not the rumor, Jordan said they called me, and the first thing he says, he implicated that he goes, the person you think is not on the team, and Jordan went, I'm in.
Oh wow.
But he goes, I didn't have to say anything. I didn't do anything.
So
he
he
goes,
just
he can say
decided-
whatever he wants. He goes, I didn't say anything. They brought it to my attention.
I saw Isiah Thomas recently at a party. He is not much taller than me. He's not a tall guy. To be that great in a league with those guys is
He's the best point guard besides Magic Johnson.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
That good?
Oh, yeah.
God damn.
Well, I might take Allen Iverson over him, but people love Isaiah. Isaiah's a great
They do
man.
love him, yeah.
Oh, he's a great.
Because he wasn't liked as a coach of the New York Knicks, from what I understand, yeah.
Who
That's
is,
good.
though? Knicks
Yeah.
suck.
How interesting. So they just didn't get along.
Yeah, and Jordan
still
was like,
kinda don't.
everyone thought Jordan was like, I still hate him. I respect his game, but I don't like him. And Charles Barkley was on ESPN today, and he said the thing that made Jordan so better than all of us was he took everything personal.
Yeah.
You know, people go, don't take things personal.
Yeah, well, he never did it. He never did another Sports Illustrated interview after they put on the cover is Michael Jordan embarrassing baseball. He never spoke or looked at
Look at his Hall of Fame enshrinement. His speech. He had a chip this big on his shoulder, and just went, even his high school basketball.
Why? Because
coach.
of back and coat. Well, yeah, I should have made the team like that. Remember that? Yeah.
But Charles Barkley, when they're in the finals, Charles scored 42 points. Is the NBA season MVP, and Jordan goes, "You're the MVP." He goes, "I should have got that. You're the MVP. Watch this." And Charles goes, "It's the only time I felt like I wasn't the best basketball player on the court. The only time in my career during those finals." Dude, they have a story on there in the Dream Team. It was Jordan. His obviously had good players, but not like the other team. The other team had Magic and Bird and David Robinson. They were stacked. And Jordan had the other team, like the B team, and they went up 9 points. And Magic Johnson started talking shit to him. And he goes, "Wish I never did that." Because then Jordan went, "Oh, really?" and they said it was the best basketball anybody's ever seen. Magic Johnson at one point threw the ball into the stands. Because he goes, next thing I know, Jordan's team's up by 4.
Oh my God.
And he goes, "We're talking the best of the best." He took over and was like, "I'm the alpha dog." And he goes, after then, they said they got on the bus and tension was so high. And then Magic went, "Well, wish I didn't say that." And everybody started laughing. It was like, "That was the best game we've ever played."
Wow.
Just the greats, the best of the best.
I mean, yeah.
And Jordan.
All extreme winners.
And Jordan took over. And then how about Jordan talks about when he's playing against Clyde Drexler, the Trailblazers was the team, right? He was playing against in the finals. And they kept comparing Clyde Drexler to Jordan. And Jordan goes, "It annoyed me that they even compared him to me." So, what'd he do? He lit him up for 47 points.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What is that drive?
He goes,
What is that?
It annoyed me. He goes, "He's a good player. He's a great player, but he's not me." And when they compare him to me, he goes, "I had to show them that
What
he's
is
not
that?
me."
What is that need to be?
Greatness?
That's pure
It's
greatness.
It's crazy.
It's
You
just-
forget how good he is. You're like, "Oh, fuck."
It's like you are your own biggest fan, like for real. Like you're just like the idea that anybody would, like we were talking about how hard it is because you've talked to champions and how hard it is to, especially fighters, to stay at the top.
Heavy lies the
Everybody
crown.
is, everybody is, gunning for your position. But for him, it was the only place.
He wanted to make sure you knew he was the best.
Yeah.
How funny is that?
He goes, "My goal is 20 years from now, I want people to say Jordan would still have dominated." And of course he would have.
Well, did you hear what they did to their number one pick, Kwame Brown?
No.
So Jordan was like, "This is the guy." And when he was playing for, I think, Charlotte, he was the GM, and Kwame's number one pick. And Kwame came to practice cocky. Jordan comes out on the court in his business clothes and he's like, "You're the number one pick." And he's like, "Yeah, I picked you." And he's right. Beats him one-on-one. And he's like, I don't know, 50-something.
In business? It's like, come on.
Yeah,
What?
beat his ass. And they said that one of the reasons Kwame Brown was the bust is Jordan broke him down. It was like, "You're the guy? You're the number one pick?
Damn.
This is what you do?" Just back him down. Fucking Gucci suit.
That's so
Just such a you got to watch the Olympics thing because you got to think about it. It's David Robinson, Sean Kemp, Christian Laettner, the best of the best. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the best of the best. And they give Jordan the B team, and he takes over, dude. They say he hit the next 9 shots in a row once they start talking shit to him.
God.
Just to show he's alpha male.
God damn. That's so sick.
Then they go into his whole Jordan shoe stuff. How he didn't like Nike. He wanted to sign with Adidas. And they show him in a pair of Adidas. I thought I was gonna throw up. They show him in Adidas, and his mom's the one who's like, "Listen, this is a new company. Yes, they're a track company, but go out there, just see what they have to say. They're putting all this hard work in. You owe it to them to go out there, see what they say." So they go out there, and Jordan still was like, "I don't know, man." They give him this pitch. They signed him for the first, at the time, they said it was $250,000. The next athlete to get a shoe endorsement was making $100,000. So he's like, "All right, I'll take the money." And his agent goes, "Well, Nike, you're in your track shoes, you're putting air in them, and you're calling them whatever, Air Nikes. Well, his is going to be Air Jordan." And that's how that got started.
Really? Mm-hmm. Air Jordans. Mm-hmm. Wow.
It's fascinating. And then the first year they thought he was going to make, well, they said what we want to do is make something like $3 million over the 3 years. In the first year, they made something like $8 million. Like just blew it out of the water.
Yeah, I mean, he's just even little kids. He's just astonishing in every
Be
way.
Like Mike, the commercial.
Yeah, he's just astonishing. He's astonishing.
Remember that Be Like Mike
Yeah.
commercial, Gatorade?
Yep.
You know they're recreating that. They're going to redo it, but they're having. I'm pretty sure Zion Williams is in it, which is no joke.
I don't. You know how I didn't grow up with American sports.
Yeah,
and
you grew up with
they were
cricket and
laughing at
shit.
me so hard because I was 23 and I was watching him play basketball with my friends who were all Irish Italian guys.
Were you
from
critiquing
fucking
him?
New York. No, I went like this. I was like, he's so good. I was just watching. They had this aerial shots, and I was like, he's so good. He's
They're like, "It's Jordan,
And the next day
dumbass."
they kept going, hey, who am I? That guy Michael Jordan can play basketball. He's really good. I mean, for me, I didn't even know anything about basketball, and I was just astonished.
It was when they show how good he was. You're like, holy, it's not even a contest, dude.
No, it's a whole different thing. I gotta get
But
involved.
Charlemagne did tweet out this. He was saying how there it is. Zion Williams, Jason Tatum. All right, a little different. All right, not the same, not even close. But they did say how impressive it is what LeBron has been doing since 18. Be in a social media world and all the negativity and all the hate he gets, yet he still performs and dominates.
Yeah.
Go to Charlemagne's tweet, Chin.
Charlemagne's tweet on Michael.
Yeah, you'll see it. It's probably his last one, unless he posts about Breakfast Club.
LeBron has looked 40,
not tweet,
40 years
Instagram,
old since he was
Instagram.
19.
Thanks, Cap.
It's funny to see all the players though now. Everybody's thick as fuck.
They're thick as fuck because they just lift differently and probably doing something,
There you go.
right? Would you say there's steroids in the NBA?
I don't know. Go that one. Can you imagine if MJ came up in the social media era, watching the media pressure Jordan was under during that first three-peat? Makes you respect LeBron even more for staying in his for staying sane his entire career. It's true. LeBron's never broke. He gets so much hate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jordan would break though. Not with that mentality. Because the only person close to his mentality would be Kobe, and Kobe never broke.
He scored 41 points with like 103 fever. He had the flu. I mean,
It's a rumor too.
really?
Well, Jalen Rose went on. I think I don't know if he, but the rumor is he was hungover. But still, 100 whatever.
Yeah.
He was,
Yeah.
hey, flu or hungover, either way, it's insane.
Still 43 points.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Yeah.
Poisoned.
Yeah, his trainer said they got a pizza. Why are you feeding this guy pizza before a game? You're putting fucking trash in a Ferrari. But so they gave him this pizza, and his trainer was like, "Dude, I want to eat this," because he said like 5 dudes dropped it off, and no
Jesus
one else
Christ.
ate it, and Jordan ate it, and he's the only one that got sick. So it could be. There you go.
All right.
What's he say about it? Scroll down. Rose allegedly found his way into a college party, hung out with a bunch of Indiana kids until the early hours.
Go down more.
Who knows? Either hungover or flu, it's impressive. I'd say hungover is almost more
Tell you
impressive.
this right now.
Yeah.
Watch your tone.
Okay. What's going to happen? What are you going to do? Use some of that boxing you've been doing?
Don't you fucking disrespect.